This is my Xtreme Onechunk Ironman, Chunk Wellard. The world of RuneScape is made up of tiles, and every 64 by 64 square set of tiles is called a chunk. And the goal of a Onechunk Ironman is to complete every skilling grind, quest, and achievement diary, and obtain every best in slot and collection log slot in a chunk before moving on to the next one, picked at random. I started off in the Ardoin Market chunk, and I've currently unlocked 4 new chunks, with my most recent chunk being the Ardoin Monastery. I'm halfway through the tasks in this chunk, having completed both the Clock Tower and Monk's Friend quests, and now all I need to leave this chunk is a best in slot cape from goblins and the long and curved bone drops from ogres for the collection log. Welcome to the Onechunk. Oh my god, the first level of the new chunk, 61 attack. We're going up in the world, lads. Okay, that is the red cape. That is our best in slot from the goblins completed. So we don't have to deal with these guys anymore. Although there is something that I think could make this cape even more stylish. So there's a purple die spawn in my new chunk, and I think having a purple cape will go much nicer with my gear than the red one. And I'm right, I mean, look at that. And we just got 63 hit points. Probably not going to record every combat thing I get, but it's nice to be gaining them again. Ogres are a bit of an upgrade from imps, that's for certain. And that's the longbone. That's at 374 KC, so just under rate. And now that means we just need the curved bone, which hopefully won't take us too long. It's so nice to be burying big bones rather than scattering ashes of imps. That is a 51 prayer. Nothing crazy, but it is the first one in probably about a year. That is 65 attack, nice round level, and 79 combat. I imagine that got us something, but it won't be anything we can do anytime soon, So I've actually been training my range a little bit because I managed to find a little safe spot, and here is 40 range. So green D-hide and U-bows. Not found. There's nowhere to get there's nowhere to get these in my chunks, but useful. And with this range level, we are at 1150 total, which is pretty impressive, I think. And that is a nice 45 range. Now we'll chinchompers. I don't know where the nearest chinchomper spot is, but I do not think it's very close. It's here, in case anyone was wondering. That is 50 range. Magic bows, blue dragon hide. We're just over 1,000 ogre kills. That puts us at 1/5 the drop rate, so we're probably going to still be here a little while, but maybe we'll get lucky, who knows. And we got a nice 65 hit points, nice and round number there. And another nice round number there, 55 ranged. We're at about 1,300 ogres, so we've still got a ways to go if we're going to be on rate. And we're definitely getting a lot more levels than I thought we would, which is good. Means any future grinds, I know I've got the 99, like 2 chunks away, so should be a nice dent. So I said in my last video I wasn't sure what I was going to spend my lamps on. But I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm still doing construction in the background, because obviously I've said I'm doing 1 level for every chunk I roll, I'm going to do it in construction, and with this I am now 71 construction, so now I only need 1 more construction level before I can roll again. I mean, I've still got the curve bone to go, but 1 more construction level is needed as well. And that is a nice 60 ranged, so red dragon hide, dark bows, crossbows, and all the dragon stuff. Nothing crazy, nothing we're going to be able to get very soon, but it's a nice round number, which I'm always appreciative of. And there we go, curved bone, absolutely spooned. That was kill 1,999. Didn't even hit the 2,000, 1,999. And that is this chunk done with. I cannot believe I'm saying this. The chunk is done. And everyone, we get in the GZs. I cannot believe that this chunk is actually done. We did it, boys. And let us tick off the final challenge, final task. Bam. This chunk is now complete. But there is one more thing I need to do. And there we go, 72 construction, a portal nexus can now be built, and a bunch of other stuff, mahogany cape rack. And now we have hit the construction level that we need to be able to roll. So, let's go to the stream. So, let's have a look in our bank. So, 28 mil. Honestly, pretty impressive, seeing as most of it, you'll see, most of it is going to be from this fishing trawler tab. So we've got, you know, a couple of clue scrolls that I've kept. They're kind of nearby, but not, like, doable at the moment. Crystal keys, that's literally just from random events, which is quite impressive. Just some, you know, tools and stuff. The chocolate cakes, I think these are all made. These are all from, like, the first couple of episodes. Literally just turning cakes into chocolate cakes, which is kind of weird seeing how long ago that was. But that was probably, what, like a year ago, maybe? A lot of random event stuff. We got our Stardust, nearly 100,000 from the 90 mining grind. That was a lot, but we managed to get it done. And then some ores. I have been smelting some of these ores, so there were. I did mine more than this, but I've turned them into like knives, basically. A couple of gems. This is from the final cooking grind. There was with the chart ships. And you can see these are the ones that I forgot to put on the spit, and so I just got cooked rabbit rather than roast rabbit. And then it's just my loot. Well, that's from the ogres, obviously, and then obviously the curved and long bone. These herbs, I'm honestly not 100% sure where I got a lot of these herbs from. I think they're mostly just drops. I mean, most of the seeds are just drops from the ogres, because they're weirdly good for it, like strangely good. I feel like this is probably. I'm trying to think of what enemies I've killed. Might have dropped some of these. It's either that or like random events and stuff. But there is, if we have a look at the XP, there's a decent amount of farming XP in here. So as soon as we can get, see, it says apparently this is 60 farming. So as soon as we can get a place to actually like plant these things, it'll actually be good. And then we should hopefully be sorted for a little while. This is my melee tab. Obviously not very impressive, but it's fine. You know, it's all mithril stuff. It's going to get bigger and better as we move on. There are some chunks coming up. Well, I say coming up. There are huge gear upgrade spots. Just my magic one. Obviously, the Zamorak monk and top and bottom. Not a great magic thing, but again, we're very close to like the magic guild, which is going to increase it a lot. It's not going to increase our runes because we haven't completed Hand in the Sand, but that is that. And then apparently I've got a lot of money based in here. Maybe it's probably all these Chaos and Death runes. Range tab. These are just, so we've got some bolt tips. Nothing crazy with these. And then all the arrows, most of these are fletched or from random events. And then the knives are all smithed. Did those myself. A lot of iron knives. I thought I was going to use up a lot more of these in the ogre grind, but thankfully, because I got it quite quickly, we didn't have to worry about it too much. This is the random event tab, and then obviously I've got the angler outfit in here as well. Duplicates of it, because I've just done that much. I think I'm at like 2,000 fishing trawlers now, which I wouldn't recommend. If you're going for the pet, good luck. Hopefully you get lucky, because good lord. And then this is the big one, the fishing tab. So everything in here is from the fishing trawler, apart from obviously the swamp paste. But this is where all of my money is. I mean, obviously we've got thousands of swordfish, shark, turtles. Still need to cook up some of the manta rays, which I have been doing sort of on the side. But that's the sort of where all of my value is currently as a chunk man. You know, I doubt many chunkers have got this sort of level of fishing variety in their bank. And then, of course, the heron just sat on its own. So that is the bank value. Obviously, it's nothing crazy, but I thought people might be interested in just seeing sort of how much we've gotten, sort of just while we've been doing this. But now, the moment you have probably been waiting for. Now that we're on our way to another chunk roll, I'm going to put a little spin on my normal segment, the Future Chunk Checker, with a nice tier list. Because everyone loves tier lists. So, first up, we've got the Ardoin Farm. which is going straight into the S tier. It is by far the chunk I want the most. It opens up the north of the map nicely. I can finally start properly training farming, and there aren't many tasks that needs to be done here, so it's nice and speedy. Next is the Ardoin Castle, which is going into the B tier. There's an 87 crafting grind, which might take a while, but otherwise having a furnace will make life easier going forward, and the surrounding chunks aren't too bad overall. Now, we've got the worst possible chunk next, Witch Haven, home to the Smouldering Stone grind. A 1 in 32,000 grind can only go in the D tier, even if it's our only task. To the west, we've got the Khazard Battlefield, which is going into the A tier. There's only a few drops needed from the enemies in here, along with a small firemaking grind, but I was working on firemaking in my downtime before the stream, so I've already got a bit of a head start on that. Opening up the rest of the west can get us a few upgrades to our equipment as well, so it's got a lot of potential. And speaking of potential, the fight arena is also going into the A tier. All we need to do in this chunk is the quest, and while it does get us closer to the 99 magic grind, it's not a grind I'm completely scared of, even though there are other 99s around I would rather do. The same logic also applies to Hazelmere's Island, which has no tasks, so is an instant reroll, and it's also going into the A tier. Moving on to Karamja, the Horseshoe Mine is going into the B tier. There are some good features here, mainly the gold and the moss giants, even though we can't get to them yet. However, it does put us next to the worst chunk imaginable, the Brimhaven dungeon. Brimhaven itself, however, is going into the A tier, even for a 99 grind for the agility skill cape. The agility arena in this chunk is actually a good training method, so while getting to 99 might take a while, it will be with experience rates that are actually manageable. And finally, we've got Melzar's Maze, next to Rimington. This one's going into the B tier. It has a few grinds here thanks to the yew trees, but it does open up a completely new landscape, with some good grinds and not so good grinds. So for potential alone, it goes in the B tier. And that is the tier list. Are there any you disagree with? Think I'm being way too harsh or way too fair on any of these chunks? Let me know how you'd rank them in the comments down below. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I can just see. I can see that Witch Haven already. But 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Okay. Fight Arena. Absolutely will take that. That is fantastic. Right. Here we go. The Fight Arena has been unlocked. I'd say we'll take a look around, but I know you definitely look around this while you're doing the quest. So let's go and talk to the lady up here. Don't know what her name is. So we went on our way to complete the fight arena, accompanied by fellow chunker Xtreme Gnome. We got a disguise, got a man drunk, stole his keys so he couldn't drink and drive, and freed a child. But that child just led us to the arena, where thankfully I had a plan, and a safe spot so I couldn't be hurt. And while I was taking down all these enemies, did you know that the fight arena is instanced? That means that no one can come and cheer for you, even if they wanted to, like Gnome did for me. But with that, the quest was complete and we were back to the map to roll. So I'm going to update the tier list as we keep going, and now we've unlocked the fight arena, that means that the Tree Gnome village is going to be rollable, which is going into the A tier. A few simple tasks and it opens up 2 free chunks, which I'm never going to say no to. And another possible 99 grind roll with East Yanil. This time it's going to be magic. This is going to be our first C tier. It's a rough grind, I won't deny, but I have a few ideas of how to get there, so it's a long grind, but potentially not a hard one. 3, 2, 1, go. This is... oh! Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So, let's immediately... I've got those 2. So now I just need the giant key and to pickpocket a gnome, which is nice and easy. So let's go back to old Wellard. And unlock. Can I... oh, I actually can't go that way. I have to go this way. I then spent a good 5 minutes getting lost in the maze, although I did manage to make it to the centre and pickpocket a gnome for the diary task. I then had to get the giant key drop from the hill giants, a 1 in 128 drop, but I had my trusty throwing knives with me and I was ready to strap in for the long haul. Oh, I'm out. Oh, I've just realised I'm punching him. I mean, I still did pretty well just punching him. Maybe that's the giant's key. Easy peasy, you just gotta punch him. It's that easy. It's that easy, ladies and gents. That's 14 kills. Some may say I'm hacking, you know? But I just say that's just streamer luck, baby. As I said earlier, Trino Village opens up 2 free chunks. Both of these have no tasks to do, and they open up the map slightly, but they don't really do anything, so they're both going in the B tier. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Seeing Witch Haven there does fill me with a bit of confidence, because hopefully that means it's not going to be what we hit. But, okay, Hazelmere's Island. Nice. So, that literally, no new chunks. We'll go for a quick explore. But yeah, there is nothing here. So I went for a little explore around Hazelmere's Island. This chunk isn't useful for us at the moment, but it is involved in some of the gnome quests later down the line, so it's a nice chunk to have unlocked for the future. No tier list updates this time, as this roll gave us no new adjacent chunks, so we're going straight to the roll. 3, 2, 1, let's go. That showed Witch Haven again. That does fill me with confidence. Okay. Okay. Now that's not too bad. Connects the map up. This worries me. This scares the absolute shit out of me. Like, that could be very bad. But we shall see. Another nice and simple chunk for us here, with only one new task, and that was to mine some gold at the mine out on the peninsula, and as I have 90 mining, this was not an issue for me. Now this new potential chunk that we can roll, the Brimhaven Dungeon, is a very rough one, as it has some very large skill grinds, along with having to kill monsters such as giants, demons, and dragons. And so, it is the chunk I want the very least, and it is going in the D tier. And if I had an F tier, it would go there. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, that's a bit worrying, it's not showing. Okay! Okay. We can do with that. That's not too bad, right. So this was the final chunk we rolled of the first stream. The yew trees in the new chunk left us with a few grinds to complete. We had to chop them, which we already had the level for and so did on stream, and we needed 60 firemaking and 72 fletching. And while I was close to these levels, I didn't have time to complete them in that stream. So I sat myself in front of the willow tree south of Ardoyne and got training. But in this one stream, I went from having a 5 square chunk map to a 10 square chunk map, doubling the size of my map, and there's even more rolls to come. So don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future rolls. It does really help me out and I really appreciate it. And that is the first mini grind of this chunk completed, 60 firemaking. Can now burn the yew logs. Now we just need to be able to fletch them fully. So let's just do a little bit of fletching training and then we'll be done. And while on my way to the fletching grind, there's 75 wood cutting, so nice magic trees. I haven't got any magic trees, don't have to worry about that anytime soon, but it's a nice little level. Magic trees are always nice. We reached the funny number. It's been so long since we had one of these, I'd forgotten how to laugh. Oh, rune crossbows, nice. And that is a nice 70 fletching. Yew longbows now. I don't think we'll be making them. Probably going to stick with the willows because they are a bit faster. But only 2 more levels to go. And a nice 71 fletching. Dragon-tipped runite bolts. That's not too bad. But what it does mean is we are now 1 level away from the roll. So, with these final logs, turning them into lovely yew longbows. 72 fletching, that's the final level. So we can now make the yew shields. We're going to make 1 U shield. That's the chunk task. And then we're going to use our tinderbox on the U logs. That's another task. And with the U shield equipped, that is all 3 of my tasks complete. Now that we've got a foothold across the water, the chunk to the north of Malzar's Maze, the Crafting Guild, is going in the A tier. It doesn't have any tasks for us, and we can only access the south portion of the chunk, so we don't have to worry about the 99 crafting grind yet, but opening up towards Falador will really help with this account. Rimington is also going in the A tier. Although it does put us 1 chunk away from 99 smithing, which will be awful, it also moves us closer to Falador and Port Sarim, both of which are really good for the future. And finally, the chunk south of Malzar's Mage. Technically we can unlock it even though it's just a small corner piece. This is going in the C tier, because it doesn't give us anything, and only means that rolling the 99 smithing chunk is more likely, which, as mentioned, will be awful. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, Gnome called it. Number 1. While we unlocked the house portal and now could actually go home, we only had 1 task to complete in this chunk, completing the quest Witch's Potion. This required us to find some ingredients for the titular potion. Thankfully, I had some Eye of Newt already in the bank from when I killed some zombies. Don't ask why they had that on them. And the rat's tail and onions could be easily found in the Rimington chunk. I just had to bring some cooked meat to a range and cook it again to burn it, and I had all the ingredients I needed for the potion, so I could complete the quest and roll again. We also unlocked Sea Shanty 2. So we've unlocked the possibility of 3 new chunks with the last roll. We've got the South Falador Wall, which unlocks a few small tasks that wouldn't take a lot of time, but opens up a lot of potential going forward, moving up into Falador, so that's going in the A tier. Same goes for Port Sarim. While there is only 1 task that I can easily complete, the port opens up a whole world of possibilities. Quite literally, it could end up taking us all over the world, so it's also going in the A tier. The last possible roll is one I've mentioned a few times this video. It's the Smithing Cape. 99 smithing, a mastery of the smithing skill, and it is going immediately into the D tier. I do not want this under any means, especially while I don't have a furnace. Once I get a furnace it might go up to C tier, but until then it stays firmly at the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Well, Witch Haven first is good, that means I'm probably not going to roll it. But that could mean I could roll literally anything else. Well, we're going to be here for some time.